fine job up front at the moment.
Apologies, I've just seen Rainer say that there's no sound. Hopefully that should have fixed it. I muted a few things when my internet decided it wanted to die. So Maverick into the pit lane.
Do I need to do my run through again for the people?
I think you do, actually, yeah.
So Leclerc and Lezard were battling for a couple of laps, as I've said now many times. Don't think that much time was lost for the people that were disconnected, given there has been a few safety cars and VSCs. Lezard is still yet to box. Leclerc has boxed for mediums. They should be able to take him to the end of the race now. John O'Cock's still battling there in P6. Stinson had a spin, but he still finds himself in P5. Kyle was doing a fairly tidy job in P3 and has now boxed 4 medium tyres just ahead of his teammate. And we've had a few incidents, as you would expect, around Baku. Unfortunately, they were just off the back of safety cars, and that did then cause another safety car. So I don't want to say that not much has been missed, but I don't think we have missed that much racing. And well, thankfully, we are now back underway, given a live stream to the people.
Lizard not extending his gap up.
As he now boxes. That's why he's not extending. He's going on tards.
The bomb boy will take the lead of this race in the form of Civics.
He'll be racing FTH on exit. It's going to be fairly tight.
Lizard's out.
A couple of seconds.
FTH isn't even round there, he is. That is not racing. The GFO's going through on Jonathan Cox, and he is through. Jono starts to tune the engine down to D-rate into turn 1. So Lizard has a 7-second gap to close on his teammate, with just under 9 laps remaining. GFO Seb all over the back of Brabbit into turn 1. Is he going to go for the move on his fresh softs? He does. Gives Brabbit a little tap on the way through as well.
Yeah, saying thank you for that. And a bit of a love tap. So we have John O'Cox 23 seconds off the lead. Dan Murphy's doing a fine job. 36 seconds off the lead. But if you think Jono didn't get disconnected and Dan did, Dan's only lost 13 seconds to a guy that he was racing before these interruptions. Yeah, Jono's tyres have done 7 laps versus the 4 laps off GFO Leclerc.
Gap already down to 5.5 from 7 seconds. Every single
Lezard is on the hunt.
Coming down.
Yeah, Civic's tyres are going to be crying at some point.
Yeah, the High's usually pretty good at just carrying on.
Yeah, they just don't have much pace. They're just a bit of a nothing tyre. So Lezard taking plenty of the curb to get the car turned into turn 1. Who are we watching at the minute on the stream?
I was on board with Jono, but he's lost time, so I've gone on board with GFO Seb.
Let's go
see how much more traction he's got.
Those nice new soft tyres working well for him. This move's going to be done probably before the DRS. As he opens the flap now, and that's going to be moved on very shortly.
Move done and completed by him then. Sets the fastest lap of the race as well to go with it. Ben, you still there? You've gone very quiet, my friend.
Yeah, I'm just soaking in the race. Just, I was actually looking. I was looking at the gaps, trying to find a gap. That's why I was so quiet, because everything is over a second.
No, I think I'm going to go on board
the
with
closest gap
really
is
closing it.
I was going to say, I think that's probably the best one to go on track with at the minute. Leclerc is closing down on Stinson. Gap is... Oh, Leclerc gets a horrible amount of wheel spin. Let's go off that. Nearly saw a car go in the barrier then. But yeah, it's all pretty separated out at the moment. Believe we've got Samuel back in the car racing Tristan down the main straight. A couple of dodgy gear changes there that confirm that Samuel is back in the car. as we've got Civics in the box, so Lizard takes his place at the front. Civics opting for the soft tyres.
Going for those hard compound tyres, getting through the race as Tristan gets a tap from Samuel there.
Interesting to know, though, that a safety car. Seb has crunched the car somewhere on track, and he crunched it around turn 17.
Well, it's showing a safety car, but Samuel's gone up the inside of Tristan, never mind.
So yeah, we've got a safety car, another one for this race. I think this must be about the fourth. As Seb probably got a load of wheel spin and went straight to the scene of the accident.
Sure, we'll be waiting about 15 minutes for the pack to close back up.
Yeah, this should close everything back up for a final, I guess.
I tell you who this really doesn't have.
4 laps.
FTH on his hard tyres.
I'll tell you who it did help. Civics. Civics has just boxed that lap. Safety cars come out. And he's just strolling around down now on these soft tyres.
Yeah. Stinson as well, box, soft tyres. Kyle, soft tyres. Tristan on 2 lap old soft.
So we're going to have a final couple of laps here of flat out racing.
I'm still waiting to see where this broken Ferrari is on track.
Oh, it was around just off the... So you got turn 16 that then gives you the drag all the way up the straight. It was on one of the first kinks.
I think they've cleared the mess. So what are the gaps for the whole field at the minute? Okay, so near enough a whole lap for some of the back guys to catch up. Oh, as Tristan makes an interesting entrance into the pit lane there, showing the barrier. Hello, I'm here.
So the leaders, Lesser opted to stay out. FTH has boxed. XR boxing. So right behind Lizard will be Civics on his new soft tyres. Leclerc is going to box as well. John O'Cox is diving into the box. Next one will be Dan Murphy. Does he opt to go in the box? So Lizard does have his work cut out for these final couple of laps. He'll probably be thinking, maybe I should have boxed. It's a bit too late for that now, my friend. Dan Murphy goes in the box. Stinson is looking at... is in P5. Jumped up a couple of places with people in the box. Still got quite a while for this traffic to... this field to bunch itself back up.
It's going to take a while, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say. So waiting for everything to bunch itself back up. It's a good job I've got nothing planned tonight.
Yeah.
This is going on for a while. So we got Lizard right behind the safety car now, with his teammate Civics right behind him. We're still going to be waiting a while for the field to sort itself out.
Indeed we do. Tristan's been told go and lap yourself, I think. Or is he coming in the pit? No, he's coming in the pit lane. Just overtook the safety car.
As Tristan goes into the box to get rid of those 1 lap old softs, to go and put on a new set of softs. He's throwing the kitchen sink at it to go and get himself fastest lap of the race. That's what I'd like to think he's going for.
Oh.
We've got 3 Mercedes at the front, leading the pack.
I'm trying to think what the hell are you on about?
It's a very good, you know, very good observation. I'm going to give myself, you know.
I like to think them.
Two of them branded Marriott Bonvoy, one of them branded safety car. If that helps you differentiate.
Could tell you've been sat in this lobby on your own for a while whilst I was getting my internet back up with things like that.
As we wait for the racing to get underway, hopefully it's underway at the end of this lap. And then we'll be having a couple of sprint laps to the end. We're going to have John O'Cox looking punchy. We're going to have Stinson. Stinson was absolutely nowhere at some point in this race. He's managed to get P5. Last time I saw Stinson, he was sideways. Stinson's race, 2 wing changes, spinning, and he's still P5. We've got Jono on the hunt in P7.
Stinson's had 4 stops.
Yeah.
Tristan's had 6. Tristan's had 6 pit stops. Oh, Tristan.
Yeah, it's almost like pit lane practice down at Renault for Tristan.
Pre-season testing.
Yeah. We've got the Kyle still in front of Dan Murphy. I think that's been going on the whole race.
I'm still waiting. Who are we waiting on? Right, is it Samuel that's at the other end of the circuit? Yeah. He's pushing. Engine mode 5, trying to catch up to the safety car.
I wonder if the safety car... It's a bit late now for the safety car to be coming in this lap, so we're going to go for one more lap, I imagine. Bert Myland has been very kind to Samuel.
He's definitely earned his money today.
Yeah. He's done more laps than some of the drivers. Oh, that's a harsh joke, sorry. Yeah. Any drivers that are listening that did retire.
Sam, maybe turn the engine down if you are listening, my friend.
Yeah, I was going to say I would look after those softs. Or push it a bit and box this lap and get yourself a new set of softs.
Do not say it.
Yeah, but you could catch back up with the snake. You know, so I would just be in pain and get myself a new set of softs. And I'd be ready for the start then. Tristan is so far behind, I don't know if he'll be finishing this race this year. So Samuel, come on, box the car, do what I would do.
No, he's running full tilt, 0% on the battery.
There was no need for him to stay out.
Here before.
There was no need for him to stay out. He could have got himself a nice new set of tyres. But what do I know? We need to get this race back underway. People have lives to go and live. And whatever's been thrown at him, Lezard has always had an answer, always been around the front.
Yeah, he's got some...
He was battling Leclerc, and Leclerc's down at 6.
He's had some very good pace.
Yeah, Leclerc had awesome pace as well. Done a great move on Lezard. I think we caught that just before the disruption. Leclerc was leading for a while, and then opted for an early box. Exile, always a fine driver. Up in P4, always get a solid day's work out of Exile.
Hopefully we'll get back underway. This lap Samuel's caught the pack, so we'll go on board with Lizard, who's going to have a few boys behind him.
He's going to have some very quick boys and some very soft tyres coming after him. I can't help but feel Lizard has some pace in hand though to deal with it. Lezard needs to... if I was him, I would launch right at the last minute. Samuel's only just managed to catch up, by the looks of it. So he is on the back of the snake.
Lezard's waiting for that safety car to come in.
I was going to say, it's interesting that this is the latest, I think, that Lezard has left it to launch, and he launches now. Tristan, 5-second penalty.
5-second penalty for the yellow flags. I'll tell you what is going to be an issue. Is Civic's going to get a penalty for overtaking that Ghost? I hope he's not. He is. He had an illegal overtake.
He slowed down. He slowed down and lost 2 positions for his troubles. Oh, that's a huge shame as FTH manages to snake himself up into P2.
Jonathan and Stinson going for it. The Civics did get a penalty. I'm sure that'll be removed by the stewards.
Yeah, I would get that one posted. So we got a yellow in sector 1, just gonna hunt. Tristan. Oh, Tristan. Just park the car.
Oh, Stinson goes deep there. Stinson.
So Jono's all over the back of Stinson. That's probably not an inside move I'd go for, Jono. He thinks better of it. So Lezard up front got himself a 1.5 second gap already. This reminds me of Mercedes of old when he's got some pegs in hand, you can just deploy it.
Ah, those were the days. Remember Silverstone with Martin Brundle going, oh, everyone's sat in like the 40s or something. Mercedes were going around the 38s or something ridiculous.
Yeah, it reminds me of a Singapore race, a Bahrain race. The good old days if you're a Mercedes fan.
Now we need you a 25-second gap, Lewis. You've got 10 laps, go.
So GFO Leclerc's going up the inside of Jono.
He's going to try. Oh, just enough space.
Thinks better of it. I was going to say I probably wouldn't have gone for it. I would have waited for this match. Dan Murphy has managed to do the move on Kyle as well. Lezard's got himself a second gap up front.
Dropped to 9-10. Stinson on the back of Civics. Williams versus Works Mercedes. Both of them with a Mercedes donkey in the back.
One's got more toys than the other.
Well, the one with the toys didn't get through though.
Yeah, I was going to say. But Stinson's through to P4 on the hunt.
Leclerc and Jono battling it out.
Yeah, Leclerc managed to do the move on Jono into turn 1.
Exile all over the back of FTH.
Jono's going to get this move done into turn 3. Leclerc covers the inside nicely.
Jono goes to the inside. GFO facing that car an absolute treat. Has to be said.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Lezard got himself a second gap up front, controlling it nicely.
Well, I don't know if Stinson listens to the stream. You're on a set of soft tyres. You're quicker than these guys. Get the move.
Yeah, start using them.
Major engine mode 0. Stinson. Whoa. If you tell how much he's pushing, I take my words back. He's just flown through the castle section and he's taken the rear wheel off.
So Exile is the nearest competitor to Dan Murphy in the championship, but Exile's doing a decent job today to gain some points back
always up
on
getting
him.
Points.
Yeah, as I said, he's a really solid driver. Really dependable, always does you a job. Lezard's got a 1.5 second gap up front now. FTH is probably a bit of a cork on the bottom on his mediums.
Exit then. Stinson closing the gap to Exile bit by bit. No DRS for him yet though. DRS is now enabled, so we'll get that on the first mini straight off the back of turn 2. I think the man in the best position to use it at the minute is our friend.
Just
Exile
checking Lezard's penalty situation.
Stinson gets tardy on exit.
Yeah, so unless Stinson's going to go for a banzai move, which is not what I would suggest.
I've never seen him really go for them. He's always quite smart and methodical with his racing when he's not spinning.
Yeah, he's rotated the car a few times, let's say.
And it is Williams to be expected. Sorry, Claire.
So John Cox all over the back of GFO Leclerc, but it's such a gaggle of cars behind FTH.
No, it's a little cork. I like it. Jono again going deep into that corner.
Yeah, it's probably hard to try and pick out his braking spot with so many cars in front.
Lad Dan Murphy closing onto the back of this train as well. Kyle joining in as well.
So Stinson's going to be lining up Exile. Exile gets a bit of wheel spin there as they head down towards turn 16.
Happy to defend from Jono again, gives him the squeeze.
Yeah, just got to keep it nice and tidy now. Jono gets a really good exit there. Off turn 16.
Front end will be sliding slightly, but these cars basically have no fuel left in them. So we're going on to the final lap then. Stinson's through on Exile, but I want to see what Jono can do as he pulls out. They've both got DRS. Will Jono be later on the brakes? No.
Someone's going to have to be brave.
There's not a gap
Leclerc covers it. Leclerc covers that one off. Part of him as well. Leclerc slivers up the inside. Civics is holding his ground.
I'm on board with Jono for that.
A bit of wheel banging there.
I tell you what, if I'm FTH now, you want to give it everything that little car's got, my friend, because you can win the DRS. So give it the dumb boy.
Yeah, I think you've just got to be within 6-7 tenths. Get the DRS. Through the old town, they go for the leaders now. I don't know where to look. These final few laps have come alive.
Yeah, I'm on board with GFO Seb at the minute.
GFO Seb has retired.
I meant Leclerc, sorry.
Yeah, it's a good mistake that you make every race.
Well.
So we've got FTH 6 tenths behind Lezard now, 5 tenths behind. This is going to go to the line for the win.
I'm going to go on board with this then. I don't know if he's close enough. You do close up a lot, but will it be enough? Lezard's really running out of ERS.
Oh, this is going to be close. Lezard's just about going to do it, surely. As Lezard
between
wins,
the two of them. FTH, a lot of penalties then.
Yeah, I was going to say, as Lezard wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix for Monday Night Racing on his debut race, pole position to flag. What a performance. Stinson P2.
How many times?
4-stop strategy. The last man to have pulled that off was Schumacher back in 2004. I've got to give him a mention. And that is it for Monday Night Racing, as FTH was 1 minute in 12th position, next 1 minute in 2nd position, now in 12th.
Wow. So we'll go through the finishing order for you, ladies and gentlemen, in just one moment. When it loads up, I'll let Ben have his glory, because I know it's his favourite thing to read. Ben, take it away.
As we have Lezard in P1, we've got Stinson in P2, Exile in P3, GFO, Leclerc P4, Jono P5, Evil Hunt P6, Brabbit P7, Civics P8, that guy Draper P9, Maverick in P10, completing the top 10 there. Dan Murphy, championship leader, not scoring any points today. In P11, FTH P12, have a lot of penalties in the end. Samuel P13, Hicksy P14, Tristan P15. And our non-finishers are GFO, Seth, 30, Dad, Chris, Alien, and William Niels.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Don't forget, we will be live tomorrow from Bahrain for the Tuesday Night Racing, which is our reverse grid league. In championship order, Dan Murphy's still the championship leader there, the man who's always near the top of the tables. Wednesday night, we'll be going round Le Castellet for Wednesday Night Racing. And Friday, we have the Canadian Grand Prix with both our Gold and Silver League. So be sure to join us for that. Thank you very much, Ben, for joining us as always.
Yes, thank you everyone, and thank you for persisting even with the connection issues. Much appreciated, and hope to see everyone joining us tomorrow night for the Reverse Grid Championship.
Thank you very much, guys, and we will see you tomorrow night. Thank you.